Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima, and today is Wednesday, July 22nd. I'm going to be continuing to play the game Persona 3 Reload as a part of my Persona A Day series. That's where I've been playing the game one in-game day at a time alongside the real calendar. I like to start off by going over what happened yesterday, just to make sure we all know what's happened before and what we're coming into with today. Then we'll come into today's gameplay and see what happens. And after that, we'll come back here to the desk and talk about it some. I'll have timestamps in case you want to jump ahead to a different section. And I also want to mention that since this is a full playthrough of the game, we will be encountering spoilers. So let's start off then by going over what happened yesterday on Tuesday the 21st. Starting Monday and until Thursday this week, we are on vacation. All of us, the team, went to Yakushima Island. Mitsuru has a vacation house there, or her family does, and we were fortunate enough to be able to come along. There's also a nearby Kirijo Group research lab, which Chairman Ikutsuki was there to work on his research, so it was just kind of that nice chance to get away. This was that thing we were looking forward to get us through exams last week. And now it's that time to take a break. So it's beautiful beaches, lots of sun, the sea rolling in. It's just been a beautiful place so far. And yesterday was our second day of this trip. So early in the morning, Yukari, Fuuka, and Mitsuru headed out to investigate the nearby wooded area. They were headed specifically to see the cedar trees that are famous in the area. While they were out, they received a call from Chairman Ikutsuki, who kind of just casually wanted to let them know that basically, by the way, just so you're aware, one of the weapons here at our lab happened to activate itself and wander off. And it was as concerning as that would sound. There seemed to be some sort of rogue weapon that was wandering the island unaccounted for somewhere. So the three of them, they took that very seriously. They tried to get a hold of Junpei, Akihiko, and I to no avail, which they figured, of course, when we need them, we can't get a hold of them. So they decided to cut their excursion short, try to meet back up with us, head back to the house, acquire their gear, and just try to intercept this weapon wherever, however they are able. So a dramatic start to what was supposed to be a vacation day. Meanwhile, Akihiko, Junpei, and I, we were back on the beach from Monday. We didn't have the beach to ourselves yesterday, but that was just fine because yesterday Junpei decided it was going to be our very real, very important mission to pick up chicks on the beach. That was his goal. That was something he's wanted to do. That was one of his summer missions, and yesterday was the official operation for that. He wasn't going to take no for an answer. This was his summer goal. And of course, being with him, Akihiko and I had to participate. At that point, Akihiko said, well, if this is an official mission, then Tom is going to be our leader. Junpei was kind of irked about that again, just like he would be, but he said, fine, but you better take this seriously. I'm not kidding around about this. This is important. So I had to treat this like a real, honest, proper mission. And unfortunately, we were completely unsuccessful. One attempt after the other. Every group or single person we approached, they rebuffed us very unceremoniously. Some teased us for the fun of it, others had boyfriends or other plans. One was trying to sell us 300,000 yen worth of sunscreen because of some conspiracy. It was one spectacular failure after the next. And eventually there was some finger pointing amongst us. Akihiko said Junpei didn't know what he was doing. Junpei said the same to Akihiko. I tried to say it was both of them. It just did not go well. And we were licking our wounds at that point because we had just been repeatedly losing at this when we saw a beautiful girl on that pier. There was that little pier with a boat on the end of it, and there was this beautiful girl there. This was when Junpei and Akihiko agreed that we'll take turns. This way we'll know that we've given it our all and no one else has gotten in our way. So we did some rock, paper, scissors, and I, of course, lost, so I was last in line. Junpei approached her first, and she just kind of stared at him and said, you are not the one I'm looking for, and went back to ignoring him. So a harsh assessment for Junpei, who took the hint and just kind of head hung low, made his way back to the rest of us and said, okay, I'm out. Akihiko, yeah, it's your turn. He headed over and tried to put on a confident facade, even though you could tell he was as nervous as the rest of us. And he was trying to make conversation. He'd mentioned how great the beach is for training and the water temperature in the area and how that changes things for people and as that relates to training. And the girl just looked at him again, just totally unfazed by it, and said, "How is any of that relevant to me? None of what you're saying matters." Again, just very matter-of-factly. And he was kind of lost for words there, but could take the hint that, okay, yep, I didn't make it either. So he also made his way back, and then it was my turn. After seeing them both get totally shot down without much of a chance, I didn't have high hopes, but I made my way over, and I just said hello. That was all I said. And she looked me over and said, You are the one I'm looking for. But I need to confirm this at a remote location. So she ran off into the nearby woods. All I'd said at this point was hello. She said one thing to me, and then she ran off. Junpei and Akihiko came back to me and said, what did you do? Why did she run off? How did you screw that up? And they told me, you've got to go after her. I don't know what kind of misunderstanding you caused, but you have to fix this. So, kind of going against conventional logic, I decided to chase after her as she ran off into the woods. And eventually I got to, there was a big cedar tree, it looked like, with an informational board in front of it, and the girl was behind that sign. So I got as close as I did, and then I wanted to kind of take that step back and just wait for her to choose to come out. And she looked at me again and said, okay, you are the one I'm looking for. And she ran over and she gave me a big hug and said, it is my mission to be by your side. So, make of that what you will. I wasn't going to really argue at that point. Akihiko and Junpei caught up with us at that point to see her still hugging me. And they were basically just like, what the hell is going on? How did everything come to this? As if that wasn't weird enough, at that point, Fuuka and Yukari met up with us. They'd been trying to find us all day. So I still have this girl holding on to me as Fuuka and Yukari get here. And they're preoccupied talking about how we need to get back to the house and get our gear. We need to hurry. There's a problem going on. And then they notice this girl hanging off me, and they were also just as confused and could not understand what's going on. Then to pile on further, Mitsuru showed up shortly after and just kind of looked at us with a raised eyebrow. Again, what's going on? And from there, even Chairman Ikutsuki made his way over. Except he didn't seem as confused. He took one look at the situation and said, that's what's going on. Okay, I guess you can let him go now. And said that, okay, we don't need to worry about that weapon anymore. Obviously, everyone was fairly confused at that point. But the girl let me go, and we all made our way back to the Kirijo vacation house. And that was where a lot of explaining needed to happen, because we were all in the dark on what was going on. And Chairman Ikutsuki said that girl's name is Aigis. And she is a robot. She is an anti-shadow weapon. She was that rogue weapon that had activated that morning and wandered off. So we don't need to go searching for that weapon anymore because she found us and didn't seem to be a threat anymore. And he called her over to us and introduced us. And he explained that she is an anti-shadow weapon. She has her own persona. To add on to that, she will be joining us in Seas from now on. So a huge revelation at this point for someone we just haven't even really met yet. We've seen and talked to all of once, but another person to add to the group. So that's encouraging and exciting. She was specifically made 10 years ago from a Kirijo Group program to develop weapons that were to be used in case the shadows became a threat. Apparently they made a bunch of those anti-shadow weapon, robot, whatever weapons you want to call them, and she was the last one left. She'd been damaged in one of her first missions, and she'd been in that nearby lab for the last 9+ years. But since the shadows are a threat now, and she's capable of helping address those, she's going to be coming with us. So that was quite the surprise for the day, and that was really about where the day wrapped up. Chairman Ikutsuki tried to spin things back to a more positive line of thinking of, hey, did you know this facility has tennis courts and karaoke? Who wants to come hear me sing? That sort of thing. And we're all still just trying to process the events of the day and how everything went the way it did. But all things considered, it was a kind of a weird day, but it was a good, memorable day. Really kind of sets the stage for trying to figure out some answers to some questions coming into today. But we are still on vacation, so there's also hopefully that fun side of things that we can all enjoy. There really has been a lot of questions and answers and things that we've tried to seek. The revelations Monday night talking with Mitsuru's dad. The introduction to Aigis yesterday. Almost kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen next, but I guess we will see. So that is how yesterday's time came together. It was a fun day. We're still on vacation, so let's hope that Wednesday is just as fun. I'll get us over the game and we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is where things were wrapping up at the end of yesterday. Once again, Chairman Ikutsuki here asking us if anyone would want to hear him sing. when, again, you can see us all just kind of looking stunned at the developments of the situation here. The girl next to him is Igus, everyone else you know. But she will be joining us from now on as a member of SEAS. She's an anti-shadow weapon. So it'll be interesting to just see what that means for all of us. Not a lot of interest in hearing the chairman sing, it looked like. But yeah, that was just kind of how the day came to a close. We've caught up with Wednesday the 22nd, so we're back to today's calendar date. It's day 3 of our vacation in Yakushima.
Man, I can't believe it's already the 3rd day of our trip.
You said it, Junpei. And it is really cool to kind of feel this way because I've never played the game at this daily pace like this Persona a Day series. So having this literally be my 3rd day here, it really does make it feel like more of a special event. This is 3 real days since I came here. And it's, been that cool vacation change of pace kind of feel. It's not just another normal Wednesday. We're doing something different.
It's too bad we have to go home tomorrow. I'd totally stay longer if I could.
Isn't that the case on so many vacations too? When you're out doing something fun with your time, going back home goes back to that normal routine. I mean, we do have summer coming up, so at least school has come mostly to a close. I think we've still got a couple more days before summer break officially begins, but right now we're on a post-exam break for a few days. But still, it would be really hard to have this picturesque area and say, oh, okay, let's leave that and go back to our everyday lives. So yeah, I'm with you there, Junpei.
But I can't complain too much. You went through a hell of a lot here.
That is very true as well.
Yeah, like hearing you and the chairman singing.
They did go listen then. And, credit to that's another experience for the trip. Like Junpei said, and I mean, Akihiko doesn't seem like it was the best experience, but it's probably one of those things they'll be able to look back on later and say, oh yeah, I remember hearing the two of them in that really awful duet. It was so terrible, it was memorable.
I barely got any sleep last night.
Do we have a mission at the beach today?
All right. I was hoping we would get to see more of Igus sooner than later. There's so much we have no understanding of at this point. It'd be kind of nice to have some understanding.
Nah, it's nothing like that. We just came here to have some fun.
All right. I like it. No pressure today, hopefully.
Do you understand what it means to have fun, Igus?
A fair question. I like how excited Fuuka was last night when there was talk about how Igus, is a robot that's designed to look like a human and react as one, and just the technological marvel that was. Since Fuuka seems to be so interested in technology, to have her show that excitement, it's like, wow, this is a massive breakthrough. I could really relate to that. It's like, how cool would that be to see basically science fiction technology in real life at that point?
Yes, I am informed of the concept. Recreation is sustenance for one's mental well-being.
Okay. It's a very by-the-book definition, but I kind of like that assessment of it. It's sustenance for one's mental well-being. Kind of makes the idea of having fun seem more necessary and more important. It's the same as sleeping and eating and all these other parts of survival.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, you sure know a lot about us humans. All right, let's take one last dip before we leave.
I also love Junpei's approach there of just being totally casual about this. I'm talking to what would presumably be the most advanced robot in existence right now, and oh yeah, I'm just going to treat it like it's nothing. Good talk, let's go swim. That is so Junpei, though. He's treating her just like a normal person, and he's moving on with his time. He's here for fun, and he's going to have it. Kind of like the very first day we got here, and as soon as we got to the vacation home, he's like, okay, let's go to the beach. We haven't even put our luggage away yet, but the clock is ticking basically, so we need to get down there and we need to swim.
Wait.
Look how Igus runs right off after him too.
Is it okay for Igus to go on the water?
A very fair question. High levels of technology. But I wonder what sort of documentation would be available for something like that.
I'm sure she's fine.
All right. And yeah, I don't want to say something like that, but Igus is Igus. And yes, I'm sure she's fine. And she's back.
Oh, are you done already? It is best that everyone partake in this activity together.
Nice. I like the hint of enthusiasm there. It is best if everyone partakes in this together. And here's that little hand motion, you know, that really showed excitement to me. Whether that was intentional by way of knowing that this is how I'm supposed to convey that interaction, or if it's deeper than that and she genuinely feels that, it's so hard to know at this point. It's also kind of surprising to have this new member, you know, thrown into the team here and really just have no chance to really get to know her. We're just here on the beach, like she's always been here with us. Yeah, they know that immersion side of things might be the best way to get to know someone. Kind of, you know, take some of the pressure off if there's other fun things going on, maybe. So maybe that's what our approach is.
Deriving enjoyment alone is not the optimal method to have fun.
True. I said you could make that argument. There's a lot to be said for having some alone time for enjoyment, though. So, but yes, she might be right. You know, maybe it's more efficient. Maybe there's some multiplicative benefit if multiple people can have fun together.
You've got some strong feelings on pretty weird things, don't you?
I know she's talking to Aegis, but that really felt like a response to my rambling. So yes, I think I probably do too.
But what the heck? Might as well.
We should join them.
We should.
Agreed.
Enjoying yourselves?
We are. Isn't it really warm to be on the beach dressed like that, Chairman? I really do like how quickly everybody has warmed up to Aegis, though. You'd almost expect there'd be some level of uncertainty or pushback, even of I don't trust. You know, I don't trust this new addition to the team. You know, what do I know about her? Or worse, you know, rejection because of, you know, whatever decision. So I'm really glad the whole team is open and happy to have this addition. I am too.
Quite a lot's happened during our time here, but it looks like we'll get to relax a bit today.
I'd like to believe you, but I feel like that's one of those flags. If you say it right out to us, that's that 2 days from retirement kind of line, it feels like. But fingers crossed.
That would be nice.
It does kind of look like it's a bit quieter on the beach today. I don't see other people just yet, so kind of looks like it would be nice to just have that breather, just, you know, to lean back on one of those chairs and listen to the sound of the water and just think about nothing, just drift off. Yeah, you know, maybe that's my side of it. Maybe there's the active side like Junpei. Like, you're just gonna lay there all day? No, you're wasting your time. You gotta be active on the beach.
Sonata-san, what are you doing?
As if to, you know, answer that assessment. Why are you just sitting around there? Come on. Time's ticking.
Come on, it's your turn.
And another, I can't keep, you know, giving praise to people, but Junpei just reaching out to all of us and making sure we're all included. I think that really speaks well of what he wants, both with the team, but also kind of showing what he would kind of hope for himself as well. You know, he wants that same level of recognition everybody else is getting. And I love how he's not as much directly asking for that anymore, but he's showing it through his actions by including others. Kind of just that, by acting that way, it's easier for others to hopefully reciprocate for him. So hopefully we can, you know, thank him for all of the effort he's taking to keep us all involved.
My turn? What are they doing?
Glad to see everyone's having so much fun.
It is. This is just what we were hoping for this trip, I think.
I've already told you what time the ship is arriving tomorrow, right?
Important logistics, definitely true, but also that, like, you know, it's tomorrow that we go back already.
I'll probably head over to the port early, so don't be late.
Understood.
Okay, I'll let everyone know.
And Akihiko, as the senior here, stepping up to take charge of that.
We can get back to business once we've returned to the dorm.
Again, maybe not one of those things you want to think about on the last day or the last real day of the vacation, but yeah, time waits for no one, so once you get back, it is kind of that back to normal.
Got it.
Hey, dude!
My turn.
Sonata-san!
All right, I guess we should join too.
I think so. I don't think he's going to stop if we don't. And I want to be part of it too. I don't want to sound like I'm being dismissive of Junpei either. I'm happy to be included.
I just wait, that's not what water gun means!
I don't know. It really seems like the epitome of what a water gun is.
Junpei-kun is down!
Alright, here's our chance for an all-out attack.
No, I've got to keep that same mentality. I was talking about treating yesterday like a mission. I'm going to keep the fun going. It's an all-out attack.
Wait, time out! Here's the can thing!
I had a fun time with everyone in Yakushima. I wonder if Junpei can say that right now, but we're all involved in this. I really do love that. That is real team bonding, and we all seem to be having fun. It doesn't look to me like anybody's forcing themselves to be out here, or they were wishing they were somewhere else. This is just everybody is having fun. It's not work. It's not pressure. It's not pulling teeth to get everybody down there. It's like everybody wants to be here, and to have Aigis along with us, already incorporated so well into the group. That's really encouraging for all of us. It'll be kind of nice to have some more one-on-one time to actually get to talk to her a bit. But I like the idea of taking it slow and just having a group fun activity like this to break the ice. And there's not really enough good things I can say about that. The game sums it up perfectly with I had fun with everyone in Yakushima. With Aigis joining, things are likely to get livelier. That's true, too. More people always changes the dynamic of things, but I've enjoyed that so far with what we've had back at the dorm. I mean, back before Fuuka joined us, it was fine, but after Fuuka, that was just one more person to get to know and to interact with, to be a member of the art club with, to get to read with. So yeah, adding more people should just have that same exact thing. I'll get to learn what interests Aigis has, what information she wants to share with me, what her personality is like, to get to see her on the combat side of things, since she's got a persona. Palladian, I believe she said. I'll have to remember to take a look once I can pull up my stats menu and see if once she's officially part of the team. But yeah, we'll see what she's capable of, how she integrates with the rest of the team in the combat side of things. Just that much more strategic opportunity as we get back into Tartarus, which will be one of those side effects of getting back to the normal routine of things. But by having those breaks, I guess maybe it's easier to get back to that normal thing, fully recharged, or as much as we can be from our trip, and just have had that chance to take that breather and not have to focus on imminent danger. Exams are done. We didn't have to go to Tartarus these last few days. This is like just the perfect thing we needed at this point, I think. Oh, haha. Even better. Yeah, I mean, this sums it up perfectly, the connections we're forming as a group. We got that much stronger as an entire group, which is the full social link up to rank 5. I mean, that if that's not real proof of our bond developing amongst all of us, I'm not sure what is. It's quantifiably rank 5 now. So cool. Ooh. Kind of a surprise to say, but as busy as the last few days were, this one we didn't get to see as much with. So let's head back to the desk and do a little bit of talking. I'll be right there. Okay, so here we are. That was everything we got to see for Wednesday, July 22nd. It was a shorter day, but it was still such an important day and saw so many cool things. After as busy as Monday and Tuesday seemed like they ended up, it was kind of nice to just have a day that didn't have any weird surprises for us. At the end of Monday, we had that big talk with Mitsuru's dad, and we got to see the video from the head researcher, who happened to be Yukari's dad, about the truth of what happened 10 years ago and how Yukari's dad took responsibility for things, and kind of reaffirmed that we do need to defeat the 12 Shadows to put an end to all this. But having to go after Yukari and try to talk with her and be there for her in whatever capacity I was, that was a deep conversation Monday night. Yesterday was kind of all over the board as well, with the threat of a wandering weapon around the island, and Junpei, Akihiko, and I trying to pick up chicks on the beach, and having zero luck there. Inexperience, but... And then meeting said weapon in the form of Aigis, and learning that she is an anti-shadow weapon who will be joining us from now on. Another very deep reveal for the day. So, even though those were both days off, and they were both memorable, fun vacation activities, there was a variety of challenges that weren't all fun. And it really feels like today was just that just fun side of things. We were able to start off early, and basically it looked like we spent the better part of the day, probably the whole day, down on the beach. Just all of us together, having fun, playing in the water, relaxing in the sand. There was nothing we had to do. There were no weird threats, no surprise meetings, no deep revelations. It was just a vacation day. And that was exactly what we needed. We got to know Aigis in a casual setting. It wasn't one of those awkward sit-downs, job interview kind of things to see how she fits with the team. All that's going to kind of come naturally. This was just that nice, social, minimal pressure thing that everybody really looked like they were enjoying. Nobody felt like they were being forced to be out there or wished they were somewhere else. The weather was perfect for this whole trip, so yeah, we couldn't ask for anything nicer there. But again, yeah, just to get out, to be around nature, to be near the water, to have fun as a group, to not have any pressure. We didn't have to be anywhere until tomorrow, but today was just entirely ours. I'd like to think, maybe once we get back to the house in the evening, there was another nice dinner waiting for us, and we can just kind of continue the fun of it all. Enjoying good, unique food that we haven't had access to before, talking with all of us, the recreational activities even that Chairman Ikutsuki mentioned. A tennis court and karaoke and all the other amenities that the place offers. Maybe come evening we were able to take advantage of all that. Sounded like we stayed up late last night and doing some singing as a group. So maybe we did other things last night. More karaoke or a table tennis competition, what have you. Just again, little things to enjoy. Little bits of competition maybe for people like Junpei and Akihiko that wanted to compete, but other chances for people to just show their skills or have fun trying. Doing things that had minimal consequences and lots of fun. I like Sundays so often in these playthroughs just because those have been the nice easy days to do some online games and maybe get a bite to eat for dinner, but this just seems like a Sunday to the extreme. We got to go to the beach, have fun. We got to do it with everybody. We ranked up the C's social link, the Fool social link, to rank 5. So we made clear, definitive progress, getting closer as a group. We added a whole new member to the group. And just I could not ask for a better vacation day today. So even though it was a shorter one and we didn't get to see a whole lot, again, it was just this full day of just fun. No pressure, no problems, just fun. So I'm really happy that is how it was, even with it being a short one. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. But that is the end of Wednesday the 22nd. I want to thank you so much for being here. My name is Tom Shima. I play this Persona A Day series live every day at 12:30 Eastern Time, so anytime that works for your schedule, I would love to have you. I know we're all busy with other things too, so I upload each of my day's playthroughs to my YouTube channel, so you can watch as much or as little at whatever pace works best for you. That's all up there whenever you want it. I just hope we all have a great Wednesday. We've made it to that midpoint of the week already. And hopefully, just like in the game, we can just find the fun in the day and really sink into it and only focus on the fun. There might be real things we have to get back to sooner or later. That's how life goes. But if you can find that bit of fun today, I hope you can take it, focus on it, and enjoy it to the fullest. But yes, I've been Tom Shima. Thank you for joining me. I really hope I can see you again tomorrow. Until our paths cross, I hope you take care. Thanks again, and goodbye.